have a family actually working together to do what we're doing. And I don't think it was something that we started. I think it was definitely God's idea. And it happened when we first came to America and David had lost his job.
We had nothing and we totally had to pull together like we never had before. I mean, before our needs had been taken care of in Australia and didn't have to worry about anything, we were just kids. And then we come to the States, a whole new country, didn't know anybody, and we have nothing. And so, I mean, it was like, okay, we pull together or we don't survive, you know?
We were living in a house with no furniture. We had minimal toys because we just arrived with 16 suitcases for a family of 8. And so they were out the front, and I don't even know, we must have borrowed a rake, and it was fall, and they were raking leaves out the front, and they were all doing it together as a fun afternoon activity. Well, a lady down the road saw them, and she said, oh, when you're finished, can you come and do my lawn? And so she must have paid them, I don't know, $60 or something for doing it. I think we got fairly well paid. So then it was like, well, we can earn some money this way. So we put up a sign. We met a whole stack of people. Rebecca started doing babysitting and then house cleaning. And then the house cleaning got so much that we started doing it together, Rebecca and I. And then we had a couple of houses that were so big that even for us to do it would take us like 6 hours or something. So then we started taking the boys. And we'd take another boy to do all the hard yakking while we did all the finesse stuff. And then we started mowing. The next summer we started mowing lawns. And so it became very much a corporate family thing. And we got a lot of fun out of it, you know, and it really taught us that everybody was important.
We pulled together, we prayed, and I've heard somebody say before that the family that prays together stays together, and it's so true. We are so close as a family, I think, because of the fire that we've been through. And no one asked for fire. I don't necessarily want fire in my life, but I've seen God use that in my family and in my life to shape me into who I am and to shape our relationships into what they are, and I thank God for that.
I still remember at that stage Luke was very young, and he couldn't understand all this manual labour stuff. He was like, oh, it just after a while it gets me. But you would notice when he wasn't contributing, even if it was just pulling, you know, a sheet with a whole stack of leaves on it down the back. When he wasn't pulling his weight, you noticed the difference. And I think they all learned very young that everybody was needed to make this thing happen. I think we look back and that was the start of what we're doing, and we learned so much to do it together that when we did this, to be separated was just so hard. And so that's when we started to think, well, let's go together, let's give the boys some jobs.
When you all look back at that, was that an embarrassing time for you, kiddo? Did you think that fall?
No, I actually liked it. I've been always one of those strange people that have actually liked to clean the house. You know, well, the first tour I ever did, all I wanted to do was come home and clean the house because it was normal. I've always loved normality, which is strange that I'm on the road, which is such an unnormal life. But so I liked cleaning people's houses. I liked the joy that I found in seeing something kind of messy and dirty and cleaning it up, and I found that fulfilling. And I loved being with the family too.
You'll get a lot of email. People inviting you over. Were you singing at that time?
No? Not too much, just like a church here and there, a youth group here and there.
No career mindedness?
I never was, you know, it never was a huge, big dream to be on the stage, to be in the spotlight. You know, I thought in the back of my mind, maybe this is where God will take me, but it wasn't like, this is my passion, you know? It was more like a big dream of mine was to work with children. I've always wanted to work in an orphanage, you know. I've always wanted to get my hands dirty and see things happen. And in a way, doing the kind of ministry that I'm doing, you do get your hands dirty, you know. You're seeing hurting people that are broken, and you're seeing God turn their lives to Him. And so it's a serious calling, but a different one to what I would have imagined.
You guys obviously spend so much time together as a family, and so many of your brothers and now Libby soon are in those tough teenage years.
Right.
And mom and dad, you know, there's issues that you probably need to have counsel with them on, frustrations that they may go through. How do you guys deal as a family with issues of the heart and of seriousness of adolescents and teenagers. How do y'all go about that?
I think we've, as parents and as the children have all grown, have endeavoured to keep an open, well, we call it the no secrets policy, which is that we don't really hold any secrets. You know, we've been open about the hard times that we've had to the children. We don't allow emotional problems to build up, because I think a lot of times parents notice there's something wrong with their kids and they just shelve it. It's like, oh, it's just for a day or two, they'll get over it. Where we would be more inclined to say, hey, I know you're acting a bit funny, you know, what's going on? Where are you at? Why is this happening? And we'll confront the issues head on so that they don't build up into big issues. You know, we have kids that will come and say, oh, you know, we don't get to spend any time with our friends. You know, we're always on the road, you know. And so we have issues that are sort of different. You know, you give up one thing, but you gain another, if you know what I mean. Life is still normal, even in this abnormal type of existence, you know, in a sense. Mm-hmm. But I think the no secrets policy has really helped us a lot.
Search me, you know me, you see my every move. There's nothing I could ever do to hide myself from you. You know my thoughts, my fears and hurts, my weaknesses and pride. You know what I am going through and how I feel inside. But even though you know you will always love me, even though you know you'll never let me go, I don't deserve your love, but you give it freely. You will always love me, even though you